Great. All right, get comfy, girls. Find a comfy place. Close your eyes. Take a second or two. Slow down that body, that mind, that breath. Find a place. Peace. Quiet. Find a place of calm for your morning. Listen to that breath. Listen to that breath as it moves throughout that body. It moves in that body. The next time you take a nice deep breath, just try to lengthen and lift up through the top of the head, lengthen and lift through all those vertebrae throughout the back and the neck. Create as much space as you can in the back. And the next time you inhale, draw those shoulders up to your ears. As you exhale, press the shoulders back and down. Again, as you inhale, drawing those shoulders up. And as you exhale, pressing the shoulders back and down. Just taking those shoulders up, pushing them back. A couple more times. Once you get the shoulders back and down, just lift and lengthen through the top of the head. And slowly lower the chin to the chest and just gently rock the head out side to side. Right, left, right. A little active stretch through the neck. And then the right ear to the right shoulder, hold it here, press the left shoulder down away. And create some space as best as you can through the side of the neck. And relax, and take the left ear to the left shoulder. Press that right shoulder down away, create some space. Make a stretch. And then relax that shoulder, and then again a couple more times, just rock that head out side to side. Bring that chin down towards your chest, hold it here. And as you inhale, lifting that head up, and then just taking that right hand down beside you and taking that left arm and reaching over to the side. So taking a little stretch to the side of the body. You can keep the right hand close to the body. You can walk it out a little bit. Just going to create a little stretch to the side. And then bring it up through center and take it over to the other side. And then once again, come back through center, over to the right, and then over to the left. And bring it back to center, taking the arms down beside you. Inhale the arms up, exhale, folding it forward, seated forward fold, head, chest, and body, turning wherever they'd like to go. And from here, nice deep breath, inhale, nice tight core, head up, and then bringing all that body up together. And let's take those legs out from underneath us and just extend all the way. Once again, inhale up, exhale, folding it forward. That seated forward fold, give those hamstrings a stretch, and give that back a stretch as well. Taking yourself forward. And from here, once again, nice deep breath, tight core, up we come. And then taking the hands down beside you again, inhaling up, and exhaling, taking it over to that side stretch, and then taking it through center. We're just gonna flow through, taking it to the right, to the left, making a little movement, reaching over, going at your own pace. One more time. And then we're going to bring ourselves back up to center. And then from here, we're going to bring those legs in. We're going to come bring it up onto our hands and our knees, couple cat-cows. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, hands about shoulder width and knees about hip distance apart. Coming into cat, chin in towards your chest, tuck it in, tuck that tailbone under, and just hold it here. Take a few breaths. We're going to reverse that curl, making your way into cow, taking that gaze up, hold those shoulder blades together. And then moving through cat, moving through cow. Inhale, exhale, round, reverse, take it at your own pace. time each way. We're going to make our way into a neutral spine, whatever that is for you. Letting that back relax, but not letting that belly go. So you're going to keep that belly pulled in tight. You're going to curl those toes, and we're just going to let those knees hover right above the ground. So go ahead and take it here, warming up that core, warming up that belly. Tuck the toes, knees just hover above. One more breath. And then bring those knees down. Now we're going to take the hands a little bit further forward because we're going to sit back to the right and then to the left as we come back into a child's pose and then come forward into an extended tabletop. We're just coming forward, circling those hips one direction, the other. And then next time you get back to center, just take those hips the opposite way. So if you were sitting right first, now sit left and then right. And just taking those legs coming back, coming forward. One more time. And then once again, bring yourself back up. Hands come back underneath the shoulders, back into our tabletop. One more time. Let's curl those toes. Lift those knees, hover, hold, belly in tight, or getting a little warm. And then from here, go ahead and release down to the knees, hands a little further forward to your downward facing dog, curl your toes, lift your hips, and push back into those heels. As you get into that down dog, settle in as best as you can, do what you need. And then look towards those hands, walk the feet up, standing forward fold, head, chest, and body come towards those legs, lengthen the hamstrings, lengthen the back, draw it all together. Just come here and hold. Also too, as you get here, if you need to move, to settle in, do what you need. And then from here, inhale to a flat back. You can take the hands to the shins or keep the hands on the ground, but just taking some length through the head, pulling the head forward and pushing the hamstrings back. And then exhale, release. Inhale, reverse swan dive, make your way up to standing, coming up, 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 all the way, bringing it up, and bringing the hands down and around to our heart center. And then from here, just taking our hands down by our side, palms forward into mountain pose. Just open up those palms, lift through the top of the head, relax those shoulders, and just close the eyes. Just for a moment, just take the eyes closed, just standing here in mountain, rounding through those feet, grounding through that body. And then you can open up the eyes. And just as we inhale, take that reach, that stretch all the way over to the right. Reaching all the way down that right leg with that right arm and that left arm over. And then taking it over to the other side. And again, left arm reaching all the way down the side of the body. Taking that arm over. One more time to the right. And one more time to the left. And then bring ourselves back to center. And then from here, taking a nice deep breath, inhale, and then exhale and folding forward. That forward fold. And then from here, inhale to a flat back. Exhale, release, step back into a plank. Belly in tight. From here, slowly, chaturanga, release to your up dog and to your downward facing dog. Curl those toes, lift those hips, push back into those heels, hold your down dog. So getting into that down dog, holding it here for a few breaths. Inhale, exhale. And then lifting that right leg up behind you, nice and high into your down dog splits. Bend that knee, swing it forward, in between the hands where we need to be. When you're ready, inhale, come up to your high lunge, lifting yourself up, bending into both knees, lifting the arms, lengthening up through that upper body, shoulders up over those hips. Taking a look for the right toe, making sure you can still see those. If you can't, maybe you need to wiggle those toes a little further forward. Keep that knee placement. And then from here, just going to take the arms out to the side of the T as we lengthen that leg. And then as we bend into that knee, the arms come back up. So just extend the arms, lengthen and lift, and bend. And then one more time. Once we get down, come back and hold your high lunge. And then And make your way to warrior two, dropping onto the inside of the back foot, open up the hips, open up the arms, bend into that front knee, squeeze those shoulder blades together, take that left heel, aim it down a little bit towards the right corner of the mat. Squeeze and hold right here, holding your warrior. And then again here too, a little movement as we lengthen that leg, extend it, bringing the arms up, and then bending. So just moving through a couple times, trying to get a little deeper into our warrior, holding it here. One more time. Once we get back to that warrior, just hold it here. Hold. And then from here, right arm comes above that left knee, and that left arm comes right over that left ear into our side angle. So we're still bending into that front knee, reaching long. Keeping that chest open, keeping that shoulder back. And then from here, we're going to take that right hand down beside that right leg. We're going to come and lift that left leg up, coming into our half moon from here, taking that left arm up with us, extending. If you need help with that right hand, if you have a block or you have some books you want to take, but coming into that half moon, opening up through that hip. If you need to modify this further too, you can always come down to that right knee. Remember, you have an option here. So do what works, what you need. Just come here, balance and hold. Take a couple more breaths. And then let's step that left leg back into our warrior two. We're coming back, stepping back into that warrior two. Step back, make sure you're taking a far enough step back if you haven't. Wiggle those right toes forward. And then from here, we're gonna straighten out that right leg as we come into our triangle. So we're gonna straighten that leg, reach that left arm, and bringing ourselves to where we wanna rest that right hand, somewhere on that leg. If you wanna take it to inside of that leg, you can. Left arm is reaching up. And remember too, you need that help with getting that hand somewhere to rest, either a block or a book or something that has some height to it that you can use or could be helpful here. And holding it here. So use what you need. One more breath. And then from here, let's take those hands down beside that foot. If you've got anything, move it out of the way. Send that right leg back behind you to your down dog splits. Bend that knee, angle forward to a plank, into a plank here and hold. Just pull that belly in tight, having that one-legged plank. And then from here, slowly, chaturanga, release the leg, up dog, and then to your down dog when you're ready. So coming into that downward facing dog, just a moment, take a breath. Hold here. When you're ready, lift that left leg up behind you, nice and high, down dog splits. Bend that knee, swing it forward, in between the hands, come up to your high lunge, and just hold here. And then once again, as you straighten out that leg, take the arms out to the side, do a T, and then bend into that knee. Again, arms out and up. One more time. Once you come up, just come and stay in that high lunge. Lift and lengthen through the top of the head. Lift and lengthen through the arms. One more breath. And then to our warrior two, drop onto the inside of the back foot. Open up that hip. And reach long through those arms. So coming here, holding. And then again too, here, straightening that leg, arms up. So again, just a little movement. Get your own pace. One more time. And then come and hold. So holding here. And then coming to our side angle, taking that right arm first above that right ear, left arm again can stay there. If you want to drop it onto the inside of that leg, if you have your blocks or whatever to help you, you can use those. But if you want to just keep that forearm resting above the knee, just make sure you're not putting that arm and that weight onto that kneecap, just making sure it's above that knee. One more breath. And then from here again, taking that left hand down beside that foot, push off, find your balance on that left leg, extend that, lift that right leg, lift that right arm, lengthen that leg. Hold it here again, coming into our half moon. Come and hold, come and breathe. And just take 2 more nice deep breaths. Find that place that works for you. And then we're going to drop that right foot back to warrior 2. Start building arms up, come back into our warrior 2, holding it here. One more breath. And then hands down, left leg back behind you to your down dog splits. Bend that knee, come forward, come and hold. Belly in tight, hold, hold, hold. And then slowly, chaturanga, release to your up dog, and then to your downward facing dog. Getting into that down dog, holding it here. A few breaths. Just breathe and relax. You're looking towards those hands, walk or jump those feet to the hands to a standing forward fold. Head, chest, and body coming towards those legs. Lengthen the back, lengthen the legs, and breathe. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, make your way up to standing. Up. And bringing the hands down and around to our heart center. All right, gonna be moving to a warrior 3. So make sure you have some room to move. Just gonna be lifting up that right knee. And we're gonna be extending that right leg back, and we're extending the arms out in front. And then we're just gonna be lifting up that knee and the arms, standing up straight, and extending the arms, extending the leg. And again, just do that. Lift the knee, and the leg and the arms. One more time. Once we get back into that warrior 3, I'm just gonna hold it here. Tuck those arms in by those ears. Hold and hold. Lengthen that right leg, lengthen that left leg. Lift and hold. One more breath. And then we're just gonna bring ourselves up to standing. And from here, if you need to, shake out that left leg. We're gonna do that on the other side. So again, when you're ready, lift. And if you need help with balance, something to hold on to, beside you, in front of you, can work. Lift that left knee, lift the arms. And then again, just extend that leg behind you. Then you're just going at your own pace. Little movement, knee up, we lift, and then back. A little bit different stability when we move versus when we hold. And then once you get back into your warrior 3, just come and hold. Again, tuck the arms in by the ears, lengthen that leg, but also keep that right leg nice and long. Take one more breath, and then let's release that leg and let's fold forward. So now we're stepping back, got both feet planted firmly on the ground, coming back into a forward fold. Take a couple breaths here. Balance is back onto both feet. And from here, hands down, walk or jump to the plank. Through that plank, then slowly, chaturanga. Slowly lower down, lift up to your up dog, front of the body, tops of the thighs of the feet, and then to your down dog. Lower your toes, lift your hips, push yourself back. So coming back into our downward facing dog, just for a moment. Next, we're going to angle forward to our plank. As we come into a side plank, we're going to take the right arm underneath the body. We're going to take the feet, stack them, and roll and open up to the side. Now, if you need to modify this, you can come down onto that right knee to help modify your side plank. But if you can, stay up on those feet. The feet can be stacked one in front of the other, but just make sure those hips aren't rolling forward. You're still lifting up through those hips. Lift and hold, and breathe. One more breath. We'll come back to center and and then to our knees, and just sit back into a child's pose. So give yourself a child's pose for a second. If you need to release those wrists, release them, roll them. Just as you know, we have to keep everything even. We'll have to go to the other side. And then remember, if you need to, take that knee. One more breath. And then from here, come back up. First, let's go into a downward facing dog. Find your down dog. Then come forward to that plank. And then take that left arm underneath. Stack yourself. Roll. Open up. Take that right arm up. Lift those hips. Take you on that left knee if you need to. Bounce and hold. Hips up, hips up. One more breath. And then let's come back to center to our plank. And then sit back into that child's pose. And while we're here in that child's pose, lift the head up a little bit, walk the arms over to the left. So you feel a really good stretch to the right side of the body. And then just let that head settle back down. And then head up, walk it over to the left, or to the right, sorry. The left arm's where you're gonna feel a good stretch. What you do, settle that head back down. And then from here, walk it back to center, just into your regular child's pose. Take a breath. And we're gonna lift our heads up. We're gonna keep those forearms down, make our way into dolphin. So we're just gonna lift the hips, curl the toes, and push back into those heels. So just coming here, heads down, forearms down, and hold. And then from here, I might need to move the arms a little bit to adjust, but we're gonna angle forward into a plank. So we're gonna plank on our forearms. Just hover, just hold here. We're gonna lift the hips and push back. So once again, it's coming back into that dolphin, and then come forward. It's a little bit of movement. Lift the hips, push the heels back. And again, coming forward and coming back. And then holding it right here. Let's come back up onto those hands. A normal down dog. Look to the hands. Walk or jump the feet to the hands to a standing forward fold. Head, chest, and body come into those legs. Lengthen those hamstrings. Lengthen that back. Bring it all together. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, release, and then reverse swan dive. Make your way up to standing. Coming up, up, up. The hands down and around. And we'll come into a little bit of standing balance in a tree pose. Right leg, we're standing on, left foot. Anywhere except for where that knee bends. If you need help with balance, find something to help. Either stand in front of a wall or a piece of furniture or hold on to something. And then let's go ahead and bring the arms up. Open up that tree. And then from here, we'll take a little bit of a lean over towards the left. We can bring ourselves up to center, and then a little bit of a lean over to the right. So taking that body, and then bring it back to center, holding that tree. All right, bring it back to center, holding that tree. Then releasing it down, shaking it out. We're getting ready for the other side. We're getting ready for the other side. Go ahead when you're ready, find that weight grounded on the other side. Take place. That's gonna ground you and hold. Alrighty. So again, coming into a tree on the other side again. If you need that help with balance, don't be afraid to find something to hold on to. All right, make sure too that that foot is anywhere except for at that knee joint. Knees drawing out and open. And then when you're ready, lifting up the arms, opening up that tree. And then taking those hands back together, and again, just taking a little bit of a reach to the opposite side. And then bringing it to center and taking a little bit of a reach to the same side. And then just bringing that balance back to center. So just a little off balance there, a little extra challenge in your tree. Knee draws out and open, lift and lengthen, stand tall, take a few more breaths right here. And then release the hands and release the leg. And get ready, make your way back down to a plank. So let's inhale up, let's exhale, let's fold it forward. So going back into that forward fold. From here, lengthen those legs. Some length through the back of the legs. And let's take those hands down, walk or jump into that plank. Through that plank, let's slowly chaturanga, release to your up dog. And then when you're ready, back to that downward facing dog, curl your toes, lift your hips, come back to your down dog. And then from here, let's come forward to that plank. And we're gonna bring the right knee towards the right elbow and then extend it back. And then bring the left knee to the left elbow and back. Yes, you can do this from your knees if you need to modify. You can come to your knees. Keep going to just bringing the elbow to the knee and back. And then bring it in one more time. And then let's just kind of hold that plank. Hold that plank, hold that plank. And then to your knees and sit back into a child's pose. Just sitting back. And back into that child pose. And from here, lifting that head back up, coming into a tabletop, hands underneath the knees underneath the hips. And then from here, curl the toes and lift yourself up. And we're just gonna do a little walk back and a little walk forward. Trying to minimize movement in that core. Still working that belly pulled in tight. So just gonna toe back, toe in, back, and in, and then back in and hold. We started, one more breath, and then release, and again, sit back to that child's pose, and let's take the arms out to the side of the T and just reach the arms long, rest on the forehead. Unless you have neck issues, you'll put the hands beside the head. If not, arms just reach out long to the sides. And then bring the arm back behind you and the other arm, palms up, and let those arms and those hands release. You're bringing the hands beside the head very slowly. Lift that head up. The head's been there for a little bit. So let's very slowly bring it up, bring a little bit of blood flow back up to that head. And from here, we're going to turn ourselves over, coming on to our other side. From here, with those knees bent, we're taking the arms out to the side. We're just going to come back to our tipping point, that point where you feel like you should let body could go, keeping that core nice and tight. And then let's extend those legs, still leaning back to that tipping point. Hold. And from here, we're going to roll ourselves all the way down onto that back. And from here, we're going to take the hands at the side or underneath the hips. We're going to take the legs all the way up. So extend those legs all the way up. And then we're just going to take the legs out. And as we bring the legs forward, we're going to cross them over. So a little bit of work for that core. Bend those legs, take it out and back. Just extending those legs and then crossing them over. One more time. And then from here, we're just going to take it to center and keep those legs nice and long. And then from here, we're going to slowly lower one leg down while we keep the other leg up. So we're just going to come into an L and hold. And belly's nice and tight, hands under the hips or by the side, and bring it up. And then the other side. Again, belly's just pulled in nice and tight. Hold. And bringing it up again. And once again, switch. Take the legs to an L, hover, hold. Bring it up. And then other side. then bringing those legs up. And then from here, just gonna bring those knees in, Bring those feet down to the ground. You can take those hands beside you now as we make our way into our bridge. So feet are on the floor. Then you're going to start to lift one vertebrae at a time up off the ground. Excuse me, lifting the hips, lifting up, 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 squeezing the backside of the body, coming into the bridge, rolling up, wherever it's comfortable for you. It's not necessary to come up onto the vertebrae in that neck. Actually, it's not good to roll all the way up to the cervical vertebrae. It's good to have some of the thoracic vertebrae on the ground still to help support that body as we lift, as we hold. And then from here, we're just going to slowly release. And then if you need to have that back release, you can windshield wiper those feet side to side, each knee. We're going to come back into our bridge, and we're going to move around in that bridge a little bit. So feet back on the ground, lift up, lift the hips, hover, hold. Now we're just going to walk one foot out to a heel and then the other foot. So now come into an extended bridge and just hold it here. So just squeezing up, holding those hips up as high as you can go, squeezing the backside of the body, using those glutes, part of that core, as well as that belly and that back to keep yourself lifted. One more breath. And then we're going to release it down again. If you need a little back release, you can take those feet a little wider apart, the windshield wiper. Do what you need. Let that low back release. And from here, feet come back underneath the knees. And when you're ready again, lift up into your bridge. And now we're just going to move that bridge to an extended bridge and then back in. So we're going to walk one heel out, the other heel out, and then bring it in and in. All the while keeping those hips lifted. Trying to minimize that body movement as we move those legs. We have a little bit of movement. We're trying not to wiggle, wobble all that core side to side. To get the feet back in, we're going to hold it right here. And then we're just going to give me a little tiny little lift, a little pulse. Just squeezing, lifting up. And then we're just going to take it up and hold. So just hold your bridge. Take a couple breaths. And then from here, we're going to release it down. And now we're going to take the feet a lot wider and just take the knees one side and then the other. So now just take it side to side. And we're just going to take it over to one side and hold it here. So you've got both knees over to one side. You want to intensify the stretch to the outside of that top leg. You can take the bottom foot and rest on the outside of that leg. Not necessary though, if you have any knee problems, but not just doing it. Puts a little bit of pressure on that knee. And then from here, go ahead and switch to the other side. And again, do what you need. And then a couple more times, just rinse your wiper side to side. And then from here, we're going to take those legs nice and long, arms out of your head, just reach, point, and stretch to give the entire length of that body a nice big stretch. And then from here, bring those knees in. Loose hold below the knees on the shin somewhere. Or if you want to put the hands on the knees, it's fine. Just make sure you're not grabbing on and putting a lot of pressure on those knees. So just kind of loosely hold or drive, circle side to side. Whatever, again, is going to give that low back a little release. And then whenever you are ready, we're making our way into our final posture for Shavasana. Traditional is a corpse pose, arms extended by the side, palms up, legs extended and relaxed. But as always, I encourage you to go to that place that works for you, where you can be comfortable. So if you're not comfortable here, find another place or help yourself with something behind your knees to help alleviate back pressure, or something underneath the neck to alleviate neck pressure. Just take a place where you can just close your eyes and let that body and that mind return to that quiet, calm place where we began. Let that body and mind just enjoy a few minutes to take for yourself. Just keep your eyes closed and continue to breathe. Slowly bring some awareness back into that body and that mind. You can move those fingers, toes, hands, feet, arms, legs. Circles side to side, or even that head. And whenever you're ready, rolling over onto the side of your choice. Choose a side. Anyone who's pregnant should go left. Everybody else, any place is fine. Remain here for a moment. The little blood flow come back to your heart after we've been on our backs for a bit. You may not be where you want to be, but you can look back and be thankful you're not where you used to be. You may not be where you want to be, but you can look back and be thankful you're not where you used to be. And that's a quote from Joel Osteen. When you're ready, use that outside arm, push yourself back up where we began, and just as we move into our week of Thanksgiving next week, remembering to be thankful for what we have, and just continue to look forward. Hope you guys all have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving, and that we will see you in 2 weeks. Namaste. Thanks, girls. So I'm going to take next Friday off, and so we'll reconvene in 2 weeks. I'm going to stop